this election madness keeping you up at night? Yeah, me too. Stick around to the end of this video. I have just the thing for better sleep, Beam's Dream Powder. Welcome. Thank you for being here. There's always talk about budget fights and what the priorities of our country are relative to what we spend our money on. Republicans for decades, certainly ever since Reagan, have lied that their priority is being good stewards of the taxpayer dollars. That budgets were absolutely needing to be under control, ignoring the fact that budgets are moral documents. They outline what our priorities are as a country and what we pay for. Ben Cline the other day was on with Maria Bartiromo, the woman who brought us the conspiracy theory that the 2020 election was stolen, emailed to her by some woman with clear mental issues who believed that the wind told her she was a ghost, but she didn't believe it. Nonetheless, Maria Bartiromo fostered this conspiracy theory and gave it to Fox News. She talked with Ben Cline, a man who apparently completely forgot that Donald Trump added nearly $8 trillion to the national debt. Real stewards of the taxpayers' dollars. And in this, they're having a little conversation. I have two clips, very brief, about where can we cut $2 trillion from the national budget. $2 trillion. That's $2,000 billion. And we'll start here where she's just asking, is this doable? Can we do it? Again, not a priority they ever have until this type of talk starts to happen.
Is that doable to cut $2 trillion out of the budget?
It absolutely is. I'm a member of the Republican Study Committee, which is the policy arm of the Republican Conference, and we've come up with a balanced budget in 7 years. The Budget Committee's put one out that balances in 10 years. We can do it and make sure that we focus funding toward the American people and not toward bureaucracies in Washington.
To focus funding, first of all, absolutely, yes, we can do it. And we need to focus funding toward the American people. Interesting, because again, I want you to remember that budgets are moral documents. But when she's asked in the follow-up clip I'm getting ready to show you, well, where would we start? Give me an idea of a significant cut you could make. Keeping in mind, we need to cut $2,000 billion from the annual budget. This is the topic at hand. $2 trillion. Where do we start? What's his idea to start redirecting money back to the American people to help them better their lives? You won't be surprised.
One idea in terms of what's significant that you think that's got to go right away.
Well, let's just look at the Department of Education and how billions of dollars stay in Washington funding bureaucrats whose simple goal is to interfere in the decisions about educational choice at local and state levels. Parents are getting their decisions overridden by bureaucrats in Washington who have never set foot in their home, in their community, in their school divisions, and don't know anything about how to educate their kids. So scaling back, block granting, a lot of the education money is a way to get the money to the localities, but not with all the rules and regulations.
Okay.
So dipshit 6th Congressional District, Virginia Congressman Ben Cline says, well, let's just take a look at the Department of Education. That'll certainly get us far and ahead toward our goal of cutting $2,000 billion from the budget. The Department of Education's budget is roughly $80 billion. If we were to cut, just eliminate the Department of Education, that leaves $1,920 billion to go, Ben Cline. No mention of the fact that the national defense budget in peacetime is nearly $1 trillion a year. America spends more than the next 9 nations combined on national defense in peacetime. No talk of cutting anything from that. The United States spends 40% of the global amount that's spent on national defense from all the disparate countries. 40% of the global military spending is done right here in the United States of America. No talk about that from Ben Cline, though. No talk about the $1,000 billion that America spends on its military budget. No. It's the roughly $80 billion on the Department of Education. A department tasked with educating our children. But you see, we don't want to turn our kids into a bunch of academic eggheads. We don't want to teach them about the actual history of the United States. That would be woke or CRT or politically correct or whatever weird euphemism the right is using now. This is his solution. This is a man who's been imbued with power by a constituency of a majority of the voters who are morons. MAGA idiots who either don't care about what the facts are or are so stupid they've been led astray to believe the lies of the Donald Trumps and the Ben Clines. Helped by Maria Bartiromo, the purveyor of conspiracy theory about stolen elections, but only when Donald Trump loses. When he wins, oh no, free and fair. This was free and fair, no problems. Anyway. There's going to be lots more of this. We're going to bring in lots more numbers. We're going to be digging into the details, some of this policy wonky stuff, but also budgetary stuff, because I want you armed with what the actual numbers are. You could eliminate multiple departments of education if we had them, and it would not make a dent in the $2,000 billion, the $2 trillion that they want to cut from our national budget. Gross. And it will harm you. It will harm your children, your grandchildren. It won't make our nation stronger. It will indeed make our nation weaker. What do you think? I invite you to this conversation. You can comment below. You can also call. The voicemail lines are open, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, email me daily at dollemore.com. Follow me on Threads and TikTok, Facebook, Blue Sky. I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And stick around for a word from today's sponsor. It doesn't take much to knock me off my sleep routine, and it's been this way for years. And given everything that's happening right now, it can sure be difficult to turn it off at night. Political upheaval, wars in the East, and we're headed into an entire season of social engagements and possible overindulgence. That's why I'm so excited to talk about Beam's Dream Powder, a science-backed healthy hot cocoa for sleep. Do you have trouble sleeping too? Dream is formulated to ease your body into rest and support all 4 stages of the sleep cycle to help you fall asleep faster and, more importantly sometimes, stay asleep longer. Get up to 50% off right now when you head to shopbeam.com/Dollemore and enter code Dollemore at checkout. Other sleep aids can cause next-day grogginess, but Dream contains a powerful, all-natural blend of reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed. It's a breeze to add to your evening routine, too. Just mix Dream in hot water or milk, froth, and enjoy before you go to bed. And check out the limited edition holiday flavors, white chocolate, peppermint, and gingerbread. I'm into it. Right now, Beam is offering our listeners exclusive early access to their cyber sale. This is their biggest sale of the year, and my listeners can shop it early before anyone else. Get up to 50% off when you visit shopbeam.com/Dollemore and use code Dollemore at checkout. To try Dream for the lowest price of the year, head over to shopbeam, BEAM.com/Dollemore, enter the code Dollemore, and unlock your early access. That's shopbeam, BEAM.com/Dollemore, and use code Dollemore for up to 50% off. Beam is here to help you get that dream.